Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Joseph and Kola Edokpayi, the human rights activists wey dey for Benin, dey talk about Nigeria election wey go happen next year 2023. He also talk about the people wey dem kill for church yesterday for Ondo State. Make I leave you make you hear from Joseph and Kola Edokpayi.
Yes, people for us, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location you are watching us from. You are welcome to our Human Rights TV this morning, where we discuss issues that border on the state of the state, states of the nation. As you are fully aware that political parties are conducting their primary elections. The People Democratic Party had concluded their presidential primary, where His Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, emerged as the presidential flag bearer. The All Progressives Congress will be conducting its presidential primaries today and tomorrow. Factor the state is the country is conflagrated as a result of the massacre, the pogrom that occurred in the St. Francis Catholic Church, Owa-luwa. You know, those states where about 7 persons were said to have died as a result of the terrorist attack. This morning, my comrade Bale, is here with me to do justice to the discussion of today. My comrade, you are welcome to the sanctuary of justice.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on where you are watching us from. My name still remains comrade Bale Joseph. I greet you all.
Yes, thank you very much, my comrade. You are fully aware. Okay, before we start the program of today, I think it is very important for us to observe a minute silence for the departed souls, that will be victims of the Owa massacre. Just rise or sit down. Okay, we can sit down. Observe it. Yes, may the souls of the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Amen. Yes, the People Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress are very, very conspicuous in the political scheme of things. The philosophy is that we have 2 major political parties that are avians of common plumage that congregate assiduously and criminally. People are attracted to the 2 main political parties. The PDP has concluded its primaries, and the APC have today and tomorrow to conduct theirs. What is your take on the political situation presently in our country?
Thank you, my brother, Mrs. Kola Edokpayi. You know, some of us who have been in the human rights game for a very long time, and when you see the happenings in Nigeria, sometimes you wonder how things have been able to degenerate to this level. And for me, I have always said Nigerian political parties, they have no ideology, because naturally there's no ideological difference between the APC and the PDP. They are all elitist parties. They are bands of elite. It is obviously a government of the elite, by the elite, and for the elite. If you see what is really happening in Nigeria, it calls for sober reflection. If you even go through the what happened in the PDP primaries, you will see that for me, I see a conspiracy. You understand? From our northern brothers. You understand? And for what is happening, I think before we were talking outside the camera, what is happening in Nigeria is sardonic. It is. I don't think for me, APC has no moral justification to even tell Nigerians to vote for them, because they are failed Nigerians. Security wise, they are failed Nigerians. Economic wise, they are failed Nigerians. As we speak today, dollar is almost 610 or 20 naira per naira to a naira. So you can see the failure. The indices are everywhere. Unemployment level has risen. You understand? From inflation level has also risen. So statistics on ground shows that APC shouldn't be talking about bringing a presidential candidate, because me, for one, I wonder what they want to campaign with. They are looking at the PDP on the other hand. You understand? And for us, for me as an individual, I still continue to wonder, must it be Atiku? Okay. Must it be Atiku? And if you watch what happened in the PDP primaries, you will see that there was a northern arrangement. Yes. Looking at how Wike was displaced, you will know that there was an agenda already. And if you go through the videos aftermath of the election, you will see where the PDP national chairman was even thanking Tamboa that you are the hero of democracy, and he was thanking you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You will see that there was already a pre-arranged plan. You understand? And that's also not good for the People's Democratic Party. But for me, it's the general look of all these happenings. Now, for me as an individual, PDP and APC are failing Nigeria woefully. It is a common knowledge. If PDP did well in the past, we would have subscribed to the APC change, which has even plunged us as a country into more penury. You understand? More penury. So for us, we need an alternative to both the APC and the PDP. And we must now look for an alternative that will change the economic and political landscape of this country. That's the only way we can get it right.
Yes, thank you very much, my ever corrosive comrade Joseph Bale. It is very obvious that the two major political parties come to steal, to kill, and to destroy the masses and loot our country dry. I was extremely flabbergasted when I saw the results of the primary elections. We believe in rotational presidency. True. We believe in balance of power.
As a strength even in their PDP.
Yes, as a strength, there can not balance of ethnicism and paraptoism. The northern region of the country, a man from the north will be completing 8 years in the presidential seat next year. That is to say, the turn of the north has passed. True. Yes, this arrangement will give birth to another region. Either from the western region, or the eastern region of the country, or the western region of the country. Let's say south. But it beats my imagination that some certain governors, some corrupt delegates, who were corrupted by the delicious thing on the table of a northerner that got the ticket, supported a northern agenda for northerner to continue for another 8 years or 60 years, which validates the assertion that northerners are born to rule. It is very ridiculous that our people will be corrupted by mere dollars, as if we are operating dollar democracy. If the security challenges cannot be tackled by a northerner, because those that are involved in the terroristic acts are from that region. If A cannot tackle it, that is to say B from that same region cannot tackle it. It was this same Atiku Abubakar that condemned the killing of Deborah Samuel on his Twitter handle, when he discovered that his brothers from the north were criticizing him, attaching the condemnation of the killing of Deborah Samuel to politics. What he did cowardly was to delete that Twitter post. And you want this man to rule this to continue from where General Muhammadu Buhari ended. For me, it is going to be a continuation of terrorism. It is going to be a continuation of shifting political appointments, the main political appointments to that region. It is going to be a continuation of the northernization of the cabinet. Let's get a neutral person. You know, this country was divided into 3 ideological regions. And then it was Richard Constitution that started it. The Richard Constitution, the country was divided to the extent that the northern region was so big that they can dominate other 2 regions. What is the way out? Should we continue to operate on this unequal template that will lead to a series of agitations tomorrow? Today we have the IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, movement for actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, agitating for self-determination as a result of the cry for marginalization. They have been marginalized since 1960. Let us run through the pages of history. From 1960 to next date, it was 1960 Nigeria got independence. Then the head of state, was the Queen of England was the head of state, while Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was the Governor General. Governor General of Nigeria was first the Senate President before he emerged the first indigenous Governor General of Nigeria. In 1963, the 1963 Constitution eradicated the last trace of colonialism in Nigeria political system. It was in 1963 that Nigeria ceased to recognize the Queen of England as a head of state. Supreme Court became the highest court of appeal in Nigeria instead of the Privy Council situated in London. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe emerged as the head of state. The head of state. He was just the head of the ceremonial head of state, not a figurehead, not head of government. We have Prime Minister then, yes. Sir Alhaji Tafawa Balewa. Yes. Tafawa Balewa was the Prime Minister. It was in 1966 when the military took over. Yes. That brought an end to the First Republic. True. With another Igbo man emerged as the military head of state, General J.T. Aguiyi-Ironsi, from January 15 to July 29, 1966, before this government was toppled. Since that 1966, an Igbo man has never ruled or governed this country. Since the date. That is why you see an issue of self-determination group springing up on daily basis. What is your take on that?
My brother, we all know the problem of Nigeria, but sometimes we pretend about it. You understand? That's why I have said that there is nothing Lord about Lord God. You understand? There's nothing law about law like that. Because some of these problems, you understand? I always tell people before I got married to my wife, we had a discussion. We agreed on getting married. You understand? Before you also got married, I think there was a conversation between you and your wife. You understand? The criminal amalgamation of the north and the south led to some of these issues that we are having today. And today you see there's what we call colonization, there's what we call neo-colonization. Yes. And that's what is still happening in Nigeria today. You understand? And if you see, even in 1960 we had independence. Yes. In 1963 Nigeria became a republic. Yes. In 1968 the Kenya philosopher, Jeremiah Obafemi, he said that Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression. Yeah. What does that tell me and you is that Nigeria, as he knew that Nigeria was already a failed state. Yes. At that time. Yes. So what we have been doing, nobody wants the country to collapse in his hand. We have been managing. This one will manage. I will not be handing for breaking. He will hand over to John. John will say, not be handing for breaking. Therefore, be managing the country. You understand? Now, if you see the 1999 constitution, it's a fraud.
Big fraud.
It's a fraud. He said we the people. When did we the people? Right? The paragraph 1 of 1999 it's a criminal statement. He said we the people. This was just a military decree that was turned into the 1999 constitution. Yes. You know, and each time there's an agitation that let us renegotiate our existence as a people. Yes. You see the northern oligarchy, they will say no. They will tell you that separation no go area. But you don't want us to negotiate our basis of living together. Yes. And that is the key problem. You understand? When people do not discuss the basis of their living as one. Yes. And for me, it's not a must that I must live with my brother. Yes, yes, we agree we are brothers, but it's not a must that we must live with our brother. It's not a must that I must live with my father now. Yes. It's not a must that I must live with my sister. Do you understand? So these issues of there's a no-go area, there is a this one is no-go area. These are some of the issues. You understand? We keep begging the question. I watched a video of Ahmadu Bello. You understand? Which they call. We have never had. Sorry to say, my brother, we have never had a true leader in Nigeria. Yes. What we have had in the past, the sectionalists, they have always promoted their sections. Yes. And that's why Nigeria is not binding, because everybody have always promoted their various sections. Look at, there was an interview, I have it in my phone, for Ahmadu Bello. He said that if there's a job in the north, I don't know if you have come across it, it's in my page. He said we will first of all employ foreigners. He said then we will employ other Africans. He said then if there's a space again, we will employ other Nigerians as what? As contract staff. You can imagine. And we still talk about one Nigeria. You understand? If you see the Owa massacre that we see today, you understand? If you see the Owa massacre, now how many mosques has these blood-sucking demons been able to invade? Have we seen anyone on the news that gunmen attack a mosque, kill a man, kill everybody, and left? If this same thing that happened in Owa yesterday happened in the mosque, by now there would have been rampage in the north. Just look at the Deborah incident. That Deborah was born. That for arresting Deborah, they went on rampage. They were even destroying Igbo shops of Igbo people in the north. You understand? So that's to tell you that there is a problem. There's an identity crisis in this country that we need to address. Are we really one? Are we really brothers? There's a problem. You understand? And the problem is that we must all not pretend about it. We must sit down together and renegotiate. For me, there are 3 options. We have to call for a referendum. You understand? Do you like Nigeria as it is today? People will vote. Do you want a restructured Nigeria? People will also vote. Do you want a destroyed Nigeria like I want? People will vote. That is the way forward. If not, we will keep pretending and pretending. Agitations will continue to rise up. You understand? And like you said just now about an Igbo president, it is long overdue. It is something that we must all support. For me, like I said, enough is enough. We must support an Igbo presidency because there is no basis. If there is any region that has been so marginalized, it's the Igbo people, and they too have a right to govern this country. And for me, that's my take on this whole issue. We must now go back to the drawing board. We must first thing, we were talking about our southern brothers, how they betrayed, how they sold out. Yes, it has always been common. I come across an article online when I saw the governor talking about Malians, that the people that came to invade the church, they were from Mali. I saw it online. I don't really know how correct, but if it's correct, then it's quite unfortunate that our southern governors have also not learned their lesson. They have always played to the gallery because of selfish politics. You understand? Because if you are telling us, he said, he does not want to say they are Fulani jihadists. You understand? For me, what I'm saying is religious cleansing and ethnic cleansing. You cannot just go to a church and kill start shooting politically and leave. You understand? What is the basis? What was the intent of doing that? So for me, I see that it's if you see the Methodist, the prelate that was kidnapped, he said something about all these things. That most of our bush in the south have been totally surrounded by these Fulani jihadists. Look at the other day I was watching on my Facebook. Back, they opened a bag and they saw rifles. You understand? You will see them, they will just carry 100 and something trucks of northerners, they will just drop them at Aduawa there with bag. You don't know what they are carrying inside. The other day it was bag of beans and something like that, they saw ammunition in it. You understand? So for us, we must understand that there is an agenda. There is an agenda. Yes, there is an agenda in this country. You understand? There is ethnic cleansing and religious cleansing. We must be vigilant. We must come together. You see, Puka have always been a strong advocate, saying all these things, but people don't want to listen. So for me, I think the right way to go is that we must all rally around an Igbo president. You understand? Because the only person we have now is I think is Labour Party, which Peter Obi as a made us to, because when we were talking, we have always talked about the two major political parties. But what we need now is a third force. We need an alternative to the APC and PDP maladministration, because these people, they have totally condemned Nigeria as we speak today. You understand? So for me, we need a third force that will take this country from these political buccaneers and economic scavengers. You understand? Because what is happening today, if we allow these people to rule again for another 8 years, Nigeria will be totally gone. Yes. Because we are almost gone. Maybe by that time it will be completely gone. The level of borrowing has been unprecedented. You can see the country is not moving. The country has remained stagnant. And still yet some economists will tell you that Nigeria's economy, what are you saying? How does that put food? Today, a bag of rice is how much? What as your okay, now they will tell you that the north, they have so much population, which they have used to criminally marginalize the south, that they are populated. How has your population affected the GDP of your states? How has it? Kano and Lagos were created almost the same time. Kano has 44 local governments. Lagos still has 22 outside the ones that was created. You understand? In Bayelsa brings over 18% to the table on a monthly basis that is being shared, while Kano brings nothing to the table. At the end, Kano takes 44 trucks and Bayelsa takes just 8 or 9 trucks to that. All these are injustice. There is only in Nigeria that we still practice this kind of criminal democracy. That the center will take 52%, 774 local government with 36 states, including the FCT, we share 48%. Who does that? There is no country, there is no democracy. In fact, we don't know the kind of democracy we still practice in Nigeria. Whether it's a unitary system, whether it's democracy, whether it's a capistocracy, we don't. Yeah, we have not been able to define whether it's plutocracy, to define what is happening. You understand? Even in the UK that practice parliamentary system, they still keep they still pay to the center. Only in Nigeria, the center takes 52% and gives a meager to the remaining to the other regions and all that. So for us, there is a systemic problem and it has become endemic. And that's why you see that the Northerners are trying so hard to continue in this injustice. You understand? They want to proliferate their injustice that they have meted on us in the South. So it is now for every Southerner to understand this trick. It's not some people we have told. I know some one or two people have been talking about. They will say, Labour Party has no structure. This one has no structure. I ask them, what is structure? Human being have the structure. Human being have the structure. So stop telling us there's no structure. There's no structure. If today I vote in my village, I go to my village and I convince people to vote for Labour Party. Is that not the structure we are talking about? Is it the office that you are sitting that is the structure?
We are talking of the criminal structure.
You understand? So because they talk about structure, it's just for us to now organize ourselves, mobilize ourselves. Is it enough that you see underage voters? You see underage voters. That's why I'm also calling on the IPOB. It's not just to agitate, it's to organize. You must change strategy. You understand? Why not the sit at home that you have been doing in the southeast? Convert it now that you must have your PVC. You must have your PVC. We have now till June 30th. Insist that every house, that every house, if you have a child that is more than 18, you must show your PVC. That sit at home day on Monday should be a day for registration. And so it should be operation show your PVC. So that we can teach these Northerners a lesson. They are not even more populated than us. Those figures are fictitious. How can you tell me a desert that you drive like 10 kilometers before you see a house? They are more populated than this region. So those their census, they were fraudulently and criminally done. So for me, we need to organize ourselves and stop this blame game. And yes, people will betray. Even in the north, they have also betrayed each other. So, but we must stay glued to the focus to the goal. The goal is to produce a southern president. And we want to appeal to our brothers from the south and our brothers from the south and southwest. They should support the southeasterner. After all, these two areas, they have tested from the presidential seat. It is now time for us to support the southeasterner to become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that is the way forward.
Thank you very much, Comrade Bale. You have spoken eloquently well that there is need for power to be shifted to the southeast to balance the political equation. But like I said before, the easterner since 1966 has not the eastern part of the country has not produced a president. I think the time they produced a vice president was in the Second Republic. Less equipment. If you take a look at all these issues today in our country, you marvel. We have no other place to call our country. It is Nigeria. We were giving birth to a Nigeria, and we will live in Nigeria. We will develop Nigeria. That is why I subscribe to that philosophy to that there is need for power to be shifted to the southeast. Let's see if there's going to be development. And it seems the South Southerners are the ones agitating for Peter Obi. I have not seen Northerners. Sorry, I have not seen Easterners like that. I have not heard IPOB make statements that all their members should support their own Peter Obi. But I don't know. Well, maybe we'll get when we get there. Definitely, they will do justice to the fact that
the Southeasterners, the IPOB, their major focus and agitation has been for a divided Nigeria.
yes.
You understand? But for us, one of the reasons, you understand, that necessitated their decision to leave Nigeria is marginalization. So for us, we must also call them as brothers. That yes, we share from your pain. We are also with you in solidarity, because it is this agitation. Look at the Niger Delta agitations and other plans. The same thing. People understood our plight. They came to a round table and said, okay, this is what. Even if it's not yet Uhuru, you understand? At least 1 or 2 ministries have been created. You understand? At least that gave birth to the Ministry of Niger Delta. The Presidential Amnesty Office is still functioning, even though some of the persons who are South Southerners that have piloted that office, they have converted it to their personal offices. But though it's still on record that these were measures that was put in place to ameliorate some of the issues affecting the Niger Delta. Now the Southeasterners, one of the issues they have raised is the fact that they've not been given a fair share. You understand? In this contraption called Nigeria. You understand? And so they also need to be part and parcel of the system. So for us, it's for us to also, for me, it is time for every region to support the Southeastern. When some people tell you if they get presidency, they will divide the country, it's not true. Because there is no country, there is no state in Nigeria you will not see an Igbo man. And there is no area, even in the nook and crannies, the most deserted area in Nigeria, you will find an Igbo man.
Yes.
You understand? They are business oriented.
Yes.
So it's not true that they will divide this country. But the truth is that if you give them power, they will be able to also contribute, and it will give them their own sense of belonging, that we are together. Because not giving them power has shown them that you have excluded them from the country. So they too will definitely agitate and say, okay, if I'm not part of these people, let me also stay on my own. That's the reason behind this agitation. And I think as time goes on, the IPOB will also understand that they should change strategy, because when you are doing something, you must sit down and reorganize yourself. What is this strategy? Is it really yielding results? You understand? That was why men that at that time decided to sit down on the round table. Leaders from that region sat down with men and told men, some of these things will not work. We have to negotiate, sit down, discuss with the federal government, and XYZ was done. The same thing can also happen. I believe the Eastern elders will definitely also find a way to sit down with the IPOB leaders to fashion out a way that now, if there's a concession that we want to take it to the east, I think the eastern leaders will definitely sit down with the IPOB leader. But from what they are saying is that there's still no way for them. That's why they are, like you said, they are not pushing. They are only pushing for separation.
Yes.
But if they have the assurance that they are going to be incorporated, you understand, that the thing will be zoned to them, I don't think some of these agitations will be coming up. But nevertheless, we are still going to root for a Southeasterner to become president. We are going to support their dreams, their agitation not just because of anything, because of equity and because of fairness. Yes. It is their time, it's their turn to rule Nigeria.
Yes. Thank you very much. You stated that it is the turn of the Easterners to rule Nigeria. Let's hope that the Easterners will speak with one voice. Let's hope so. When the election wanted to be conducted in the Anambra State some years ago, more than 20 candidates aspirants emerged. So just only a seat. But let's be optimistic that Peter Obi will be supported in the Labour Party. This is the time for all Easterners to pull out their resources, their human and financial resources, to deliver their projects. This is their project. This is the project of the youth. This is the project of everybody. we are sick and tired of.
We must change the status quo.
These political Methuselah.
Yeah.
We are sick and tired of those that subscribe to political premedalism.
Yeah, so what does a 76 years Atiku have to offer Nigeria?
They are saying that Tinubu is so. You are saying that Tinubu is so. You are projecting Atiku,
who is also older than
Tinubu. These two people
they are almost senile.
Politicians.
Yes, and this is the same way they package Buhari. Buhari gave us.
Talk of Osinbajo.
Yes.
Osinbajo is more or less a full animal.
Okay.
That will continue.
He said he wants to continue from Buhari.
The poverty, the calamity.
Yes.
He said he wants to continue from the calamitous state. It is where. You understand? That is why I also align myself with you that we need a third force.
We need a third force in this country
to change the narrative. Yes, yesterday was a black Sunday in the political history of Nigeria. Terrorists were conspicuous at the northern region of the country because that northeast became the hotbed of terrorism.
Oh. The industrial hub.
And the industrial hub. And the hotbed of terrorism. But they are shifting their terroristic acts to the south. True. Owa is very close to Edo State.
Very, very true.
If they can invade Owa,
means they can invade anywhere.
If they can carry out terrorist attack in Owa, that is to say they have their own syndicate to in Edo State.
Even in the southern
yes, we should not be thinking that it is Uhuru in Edo State. True. Because these people have occupied our forests, and it seems the governor of Edo State is helpless and helpless on the issue because we have been complaining of the influence of these people into Edo State. You see, just break them, they just do them, they just tip them like sand. They tip them like sand. The Edo State is now a dumping ground.
I've watched issues. I've watched there are so many complaints.
Yes.
You have raised these issues severally.
Yes.
And you have watched your platform where you have raised this issue of those things becoming a dumping ground for some of these Fulani.
Hello.
Understand? I agree totally.
Yeah, good morning. Good. I think there's a caller. Yes. Good morning. Can hear you. Okay. Thank you.
Bluetooth mode.
Yes.
Can happen anywhere after today in Nigeria.
Yes.
So the security architecture is not at work.
Okay.
Because if you travel Nigeria road, you see a lot of points, a lot of roadblocks.
Yes.
At the end of the day, crime comes around those zones.
Yes.
So what happened yesterday, the people might have successfully arrived venue.
Yes.
But it's not good for them to successfully go back.
Thank you.
Without any obstruction.
Yes.
So I want to also use this medium. Other states do not fold their hand. That is a war. It's everywhere. It's just that it has not to play in your area. So it's an avenue to beef up the security.
Okay.
And if the government says, like I'm saying, that their hands are tied,
yes,
that is a neighboring countries that is close by, that is coming. I think we still have immigration, we still have border.
Yes.
We have people seizing rights at the bus at the entry.
Yes.
But they don't see all these things coming in. So as of now, every Nigerian should have a second thought of self-security keeping.
Yes.
Self-security keeping, even the churches. the event centers.
Yes.
Everybody should go and beef up his own security. Because the other day I was made to understand in China that a good man supposed to be selling ice cream, and the same good man also want to sell Nigeria as an ice cream. So as the election is coming, it is the time the Nigeria, the youth, because during the enter we understand that the youth have a motion, a force,
Yes.
a move. So in 2023, the youth should be able to come together, just as the way the enter was organized, and make sure that a president who will listen, who will understand, who will feel the pain, because we are talking, a common man still find it difficult to have 12 meal a day.
Yes.
Because if you go to the market and look at the price of things, we really know that we are not living by God's grace.
Yes.
It's not that there is a government that is putting things in order.
Yes.
So that is my contribution.
Thank you very much, my brother. I said, may God continue to bless you. Yes, our brother just said that what I understand is for us to beef up our security.
To respond to what he said.
Very, very important.
Yes, to
Very, very important.
To respond to what he said, he's saying that he made a point that it's not just Edo.
Yes.
Yeah, they are everywhere. You understand? And we are celebrating Amautekuf in the south west.
Yes.
What has, you know, we pay lip service to issues. Look at even those states as a case study now. The Edo security network. What is their remuneration? How are you taking care of their welfare?
They are not paid. They are not paid salary. God will not pay them salary.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing we are saying now. You don't set a network. The same thing, you may be surprised that it's the same thing that happened in that Amotekun case.
Yes.
And these guys decided to go in.
Yes.
You understand? They went home. They cannot be. Right. They have wives. They have children. You cannot just set up, do a show to show to the world that you are working, and at the end there is nothing to show that you are really working. It's just an eye or pay lip service. You decorated yourself in Amotekun that day. You think that the way they showed it on air, if you watch it, you see that you think that the Yoruba parts of the country, they are very secure. But don't be surprised that as they did that inauguration and everything, they all went inside. You understand? So the same thing to Edo, we have set up Edo security network. Something should be given as stipends. They are family men. They cannot just be going out, standing on the road and keeping security while they have nothing in their pocket. An hungry man is an angry man. As at the time the current governor was governor of Edo State, there was something we call neighborhood watch. You understand? Those things should be brought back.
Bring back neighborhood watch.
Yes, neighborhood watch should be brought back.
Bring back neighborhood watch.
That will reduce some of this crime. You understand? Because for me, na the rat wey dey house also dey tell the rat wey dey bush say fish dey inside house. You understand? So this should now be a do neighborhood watch.
Yes, thank you very much. But what baffles me is the fact that the governor collects huge amount of money as security votes. He decide that they cannot secure our people. What is so difficult to get drone or helicopter that will be?
The Edo State Police Command now, you will ask them how many trackers they have.
They don't even have.
They don't have tracker.
They don't have tracker.
You understand?
No, they don't have
These
tracker.
are some of the things the state government can also provide for the fault. You understand? There was a day I was engaging a policeman.
Yes.
And the policeman say, "Oga activists, you people have always condemned us. Have you asked yourself who fuels police vehicle?" Yes. Who fuels police vehicle? There's a department.
They said there was a distress call in the nearest police station. Okay. They said they don't have a vehicle.
We want to know, now we must raise it as an issue as activists. Who is in charge in fueling of police vehicle, because when you get to a checkpoint,
they are waiting for Abuja.
Yes.
Collect security vote. They want Abuja
so
to do it.
all these issues should be raised.
When will have a clueless man in Abuja?
Okay. So who first do you want to know who is in charge? Because now me and you, we don't know in charge. You understand? The first headquarter ordinarily they have votes.
They have.
You understand? They have votes, my brother. Yes, the governors are also not helping the situation, because you cannot also be collecting huge security vote without assisting the police. The police are also human beings. But for me as an individual, we must call a spade a spade. Now, from the first headquarter, who fuels police vehicle? Because at every checkpoint they say buy fuel for our car, buy fuel for our car, buy fuel for our car. Who fuels police vehicle? We want to know, because that is an issue. We want to know who is in charge, which department is in charge in the first headquarter that fuels police vehicle. Because from what I see, they just give them the patrol vehicle, go. That's why you see them, they will just start, they start extorting people to collect, to buy fuel, because that's the only way they can to police the community. So we want to know who is in charge, which department in the first headquarter is in charge of fueling. Is the fuel dump in state CID working? Because I think they should have a fuel dump. That is how it works. If you go through, you will see that they used to have, but somebody there has sat on these huge resources. You understand? Because there is no doubt that there must be provision, even from NNPC, of fuel to the first headquarters. That is where those police van live for routine patrol. So there must be a fuel dump. I think somebody somewhere there is also sitting down on the fuel. He will just say, okay, transfer it to one filling station, and he will pocket the money. So there's also a conspiracy in that in their own part too. But we want to appeal that the state government, as a sign of responsibility, because the primary purpose of government is to protect life and properties. Outside that, there is no reason. If that cannot come to play, it means that government has lost its usefulness. So for me, the governor should now, as a matter of urgency, bring back the neighborhood watch, see how he can also pay little stipends to this those state security network. They are also doing their best, but they are humans. They are humans.
But what happened sometimes beats my imagination.
Yeah.
You are aware that this security network is not a creation of law. There is no law creating those security network.
Yes.
What stops the governor from doing that?
Yes.
What stops
The governor, yes, like it's an issue that you have raised. We will also raise it here. This is a human rights parliament. Yes. You understand? If the speaker can change the local government act from 45 days to 15 days.
No,
if he can do that, then he should be able to also.
Yeah, they are making caricature
as a matter. Yeah, he should also be able, as a matter of urgent national importance, to do a legislative framework that will back the Edo State security network.
It's not even the speaker that will do it. It should
be an executive. Yes, it should be an, but the majority leader is also there.
No, not even the majority leader. The majority leader is the parliamentarian.
I know.
It is not a private member bill. It's an executive bill. Yes. Executive bill is always initiated by the governor or the president at federal level.
Certainly. I agree with you on
that. I don't know why they don't want to do the needful. Imagine,
but the truth is that
there is no law creating the security network. You don't pay them salary. I was even told that a policeman came from Abuja, let me mention the IROC.
Yes. I
think I have reported the issue to the DIG for CID.
Yes.
Let's be optimistic that the DIG for CID will do the needful.
Yes.
Police all the way from IROT, Slaughter Road, Abia Bachwa, came from Abuja to arrest a member of a security network on the ground that somebody said he sold gun for him and all that. What do they want us to use to fight these people, to comb the forest?
Yeah.
Should we use this plastic can?
No, yes.
This plastic
use machete.
Or we use machete to fight somebody. Can to fight like David.
We'll go and buy
yes.
to give us this.
Yes. To fight a man that is very AK-47,
yes.
They just so sad. They came from Abuja. What they saw was the face cap,
Yes.
the security network face cap,
Yes.
and t-shirts. They took the man, they kidnapped the man, they took him to Abuja,
Yes.
they collected ransom of 1 million naira.
Can you imagine?
1 million naira ransom from the man.
Then what is the
1 million
CSO to the government?
1 million naira ransom
Yes.
from the man. We have reported to the DIG for CID Abuja. They are on the matter. Let's hope that they will do the needful. How can you kidnap somebody? A member of security network take to Abuja. You extorted 1 million naira, 1 million naira from him. What men will that person have tomorrow to do the job effectively? These people are this secure member of security network. They don't pay them. Most of them are desperate. If you go to state CID now, you see them. There are so many. There are so many.
You see, Ola, the issue we must ask ourselves. Now they arrested the person.
Yes.
Yeah, those security network, I know they have a coordinator.
Yes.
You understand? They have a coordinator. And for me, I think they also report to the CSO, to the governor.
Yes.
So if that issue had come up, what was the role of the government? Because they were the one who set up that security network.
Not backed by law.
Yes. Whether they've been backed by law or not, the government set up the security network.
Yes.
And they are directly under the office of they have a coordinator.
Yes.
So what was the role of the government in this incident? These are some of the questions we need to ask ourselves. Is it that the state they are claiming ignorance of that issue, that they are not aware, or the coordinator of that network is not aware that one of their members was kidnapped?
So they are even afraid of their shadow. They are afraid of their shadow. These people. They are afraid of their shadow. They want people like us to come out and talk. They want people like us to come out and talk, and it is bad.
Yeah.
And that is why I keep on pushing that there is need to legalize for everybody. I'm telling you, we need to legalize. Yes, like the United States, like it's not Fourth Amendment or something like that. They need to legalize arm. You understand? There is no way we can run. There is no way we can fight these people.
What is going on currently?
What is going on currently? They have the most sophisticated weapons. They produce dynamite, bomb, and all those things. What do we have to resist them if they invade Edo State tomorrow? When we have all of them, they have surrounded our forests and our farmland. We are relying on God for security.
And I told people
we are relying on God
it's not time for us to walk our prayers.
Yes.
It's not time. It's not to us to be praying.
Don't you think?
Yes. It's not time to walk the prayer.
Don't you think that there is need to set up a movement, a security movement outside Edo State Security Network, a private security outfit? You understand? Private. Maybe we'll discuss this outside this program. Yes. It is not going to be an Edo State issue. It should be a regional issue.
Yes,
we contact some of our brothers in Bayelsa, in Delta State, in Rivers, because they need for us to.
Because there is a plan.
I'm telling you.
There is a plan, and the state governors are paying lip service to this issue.
Don't even know what is
because the kidnap bishop, that's why when I heard that Akeredolu said that I was saying, look at these guys just playing to the gallery. Your state is even your hometown or what? You understand? Was invaded by this same unscrupulous element. You are saying they are from Mali. How did they gain entrance into your community? You understand? And you say you are the chief security officer of the state. You have a so for me, it is now a clarion call to the Edo State governor that you must now, as a matter of urgent national importance, set up the neighborhood watch. At least every community has representative.
Yes.
They have people who are members of this neighborhood watch.
Yes.
You understand? That was how it was done there. They secure their environment. They know the people. You understand? Then we are also calling on the Edo State government as a matter of urgency to legalize, to make legislation, to send a of urgent national importance. Send a bill to the house to legislate on this Edo security network to make it a creation of law, and also it should create the Edo Neighborhood Watch. It was functional, it was proactive as at that time. We had less complaint of this invasion, these killings and all this assault that is going on. You understand? If you go to Ovia Northeast and environment, is it not in Ovia Northeast Showare's brother was killed as at that time? You understand? So it is now important that the government must now be more responsible, more responsive on issues that affect our people, and not to play politics with it. They should make legislation now that will empower the Edo State Security Network and also create the Edo State Neighborhood Watch. Okay. And also see how they can be of support. The police in Edo, they don't have a tracker. These are things the government can easily buy, procure, and donate to the security force, even well-meaning Edo indigenous. And because security is not just for government, it's everybody's business.
But government collect more than 700 naira security votes.
Every governor collect.
What is the governor doing with? What is the governor doing?
It's the same thing we are saying now.
They cannot even buy helicopter. There is no CCTV camera at the junction. Yeah. There is no drone. There is no tracker as TCID. Yeah. And you said you are sincere. This is not.
And that's why we are.
This is not. Governor Baseki is very good at speaking grammar and signing MOU.
That's why we are.
MOU, governor. That is not what.
No, they will not. They don't want to sign an MOU to buy a tracker now. No, he has to go and buy a tracker.
No, we are very angry. We are very angry. It is not to sign MOU. Very ridiculous MOU or speak grammar in Germany. What is happening? What is happening in Edo State? What have you done to address the menace of insecurity? Then they will tell you that security, it is only the federal government that can legislate on security matter because it is on exclusive legislative list.
Yes.
That
is the lie they tell us.
You understand?
You understand? Which we are also not agreeing.
They should secure Nigerians. And what I don't like to we discuss what baffles me too is the role of the so-called should I call the God of men or men of God? Yes. You understand? They go with security. Yes. They have DSS. They have police. They have soldier, military men. Yeah, they will not say they will say olive oil. I don't have olive oil. They will say ban for you.
Says this thing.
Whereas they go.
You know, in Nigeria,
the religious leaders have not even made.
That's why I want to tell you that
they have not mobilized their members for protest for Sunday. To boycott church services. I raised it on social media that they should boycott Sunday service.
To be a protest.
Yes, it's just that everybody should join protest. A pastor who is a comrade that knows how to speak. He said he's the one that knows. He said he's the one that knows how to speak grammar. Yeah. That is the most intelligent comrade who is also a reverend on earth. Yes, he said that statement. That statement is not supposed to emanate from me when I was speaking the truth. That they should boycott church service on Sunday. That members should come out en masse for a peaceful protest. Yes, peaceful walk to send signal to the federal government to police us. And that day happens to be Democracy Day.
Yeah, it's not.
They are just after their tithes and their offering. They don't care about you. Their worst pastors are worse than politicians. I said they are worse than these are so-called politicians that have emasculated the people. You cannot, for just 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours, you cannot just shut down service for 3 hours. No. You cannot just say, okay, let me not collect offering. Let me not collect offering today.
It will affect
let me not collect tithes today.
It will affect their income.
And very soon, when we will carry out some kind of evangelism to tell the people that the churches are no longer safe for worshippers. And let's see anybody that will pay tithe and offering to them. You see, they also have role to play. The Christian Association of Nigeria, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, have significant role to play. There should be this kind of policies happening to be proactive pastors, men of God. When Martin Luther King was on the pulpit, he normally used the pulpit to preach against injustice and oppression. How many pastors, how many men, God of men, because they are not men of God, God of men, can do that? How many God of men can use the pulpit to speak truth to power? You know this Martin Luther, a German Protestant that carry out protests against the indulgence.
Yes.
You understand, that led to a
division.
Yeah, that led to division. Yes, protests that brought about Protestants.
Yes.
You understand, because the human being when he protested against the because of indulgence.
Yes.
How many pastors are like that? How many pastors are radicals? Even the radical one, the so-called one, we have one comrades, they are worse than you understand. What is the way out?
What is the way out? There is a conspiracy. I've always told people that there is a conspiracy between the religious leaders, the traditional institutions, the politicians, that is the political elite, and the business movement to continue to strangulate, to exploit the people. It's a conspiracy. You understand? It's a conspiracy. You see somebody telling you that when I pray for you, when I give you this oil, put it in your car. Something happened in Uniben here. The woman bought a car. The other one has a car. He now told the woman that he wants to go and put tracker in his car, in her car. They were two friends. They said, no, you know they go church, you know they pay tithe. He said, how they pay tithe? He said, no, why you go put tracker? He said, don't worry. He said, as far as you pay tithe, he said, nothing go fit. He said, no. He said nothing go fit happen. The other one said, okay. At the end, they stole the woman's car.
Yes.
The woman that told somebody that is it not you that bought your car, you don't you pay tithe? You understand that they can run to go and put tracker in her own car. You see the hypocrisy. You that told somebody that you should not put tracker in her car. That whether or not they pay tithe, whether you use stolen money to buy the car. The moment you hear that they have stolen that car, you want to put tracker in your own car. You see we are just religious, and our hearts are not pure. Our intentions are to exploit one another, and that's why you see Jomo Kenyatta. You understand? He said we used to have the land, and they brought the Bible. He said they taught us how to pray with our eyes closed, and when we opened our eyes, they had the land, and we now have the Bible. That is what is happening.
Yes.
You understand?
Bongo class.
So
Babylonians.
So there is a problem. You understand? That's why you must use accountability.
Yes.
You understand? They say I don't only tell people do the one when you tell the human being. There are some certain things that even your pastor will tell you. Naturally, you know that this thing is not true. You understand? Even Bible, he says study to show thyself approved. He said when you study the word of God, he said you will be illuminated.
Yes.
You will be enlightened. You understand? And my people also perish because they lack knowledge. So we must be able to engage. You understand? To understand that this thing, how can you just tell me I should go and put this thing without taking conscious steps, security steps in my house? That if I just put that scapula or put one this thing, that everything will be, then you now open your door down. Open your door down. You understand?
They will tell you that except God watcheth over a city, the watchman that watcheth but in vain.
True.
And these same men, they move with security.
Yes.
People can provide security for yourself. Why can't you provide security for the worshippers and pay tithes and offerings?
In your church.
In the church. I wish there were security
Yes, around.
Because those people they disguise as worshippers. According to what I heard, they would have been at least some
level of even getting into the access.
Yes,
before getting bomb and all those
to go in.
Yes, you are very correct.
They have security men.
Yes, now they will search before you go in.
Have security men there because of the state of
even if they were even able to succeed. Going out would have been problem.
Going out would have been very thank you.
Yes. Going out because the security will now be at the last.
Yes.
There would have been a reprisal attack.
Yes, there will be a reprisal attack. Call some mobilized women, gallant officers that will be on ground.
So it's a clear call too for all the churches now.
Yes.
They should now be more security conscious. They should provide security for their worshippers.
Thank you.
You understand? We cannot continue to collect offering, collect tithe without safeguarding the people who are coming to pay offering. If not, if you don't provide security, you will lose members. You will lose members.
Yes, so
is it
for
true?
The churches are no longer safe.
If the church, they will pay their house. They will pay their house.
You don't carry your family,
Yeah.
one or two, and
Yes,
is there.
you say God is there.
They build mansion. You
Yeah.
need to rely on your father mansions in heaven. In my father's house, there are many mansions there. In my father's house, in my father's house, in my father's house, there are many mansions here. In my father's house above. They will tell you to rely on the imaginary mansion in heaven, where they are building mansions.
Yes. After telling you that.
After they that to build university.
They say riches is vanity.
Yes.
Poverty is also vanity.
Yes. After contributing to build university, our children cannot attend that university.
Yeah.
Scam. My brother.
My brother, the Pope, they bought a Bugatti Veyron for Pope.
Yes.
And the Pope told, he said, "Thank you, my son, for buying a Bugatti Veyron." He said, "Let me pray for you." He prayed for the Italian billionaire and told him, he said, "Go back, return it. You see that money, donate it to charity." The Pope, who controls over 3 billion Catholic, flies at Italia. He holds his portfolio with him. While some that have just 3 members or 200 members, you see the kind of convoy they carry. You will be shocked.
Driving recklessly, oppressing people.
You will be shocked. I'm telling you of a Pope over 3 billion Catholic in the world. They bought him a Bugatti Veyron. While some here want to have 5 private jets, they tell you for the ministry. Which ministry? Are you more busy than the Pope?
Oh, it is well.
Do you know how many cardinals he has?
It is well.
They will tell you for the work, and that's why they need the private jets. You will just have like 4, 5, 3, 4 private jets to do what? And yet there are so many people in your church that cannot eat, that they don't even know what they will eat when they leave church.
Yeah.
They don't know. They came to church hungry. If they are leaving the church, they don't also know what they will eat.
And the whole money will be exhausted from their hands.
Yes. Take it. Okay.
No.
And they will tell you, they will say, you meet them, that my brother, they say, I will pray for you, God will provide. Instead of providing,
The Lord shall supply your needs according to his riches in glory. Philippians chapter 4 verse 19. So they will tell you. But it is well. It is well. I think we have dealt copiously on the top issues, the topical issues. True. I don't know if there is anything.
yes, what I want to add now is that for the youth, we want to tell all the youth now they should go and get their PVC. We want to launch the Enough is Enough movement.
Okay.
Enough is Enough movement.
Yes.
We are launching it in a couple of weeks. We are still putting all the modalities. You understand? We want well-meaning Edo people, Nigerians, you understand? Because it's a clarion call. We must save Nigeria. It's not about APC. It's not about PDP. It's not about even any of the political party. It's about saving this country. If you know you are tired of what is happening in this country, you have to join this movement. You have to support this movement. It says we are doing it selflessly, not because anybody is paying us. But we just want Nigeria to work again, because Nigeria is already in a failed state. So the enough is enough movement. We want everybody to join it. We want all of you to go and register. Those who have not registered, go and register. The June 30th is the closing date for voters registration. We are going to open centers. Okay. That people will come and register. Probably maybe we can use some of your facilities in your office. We can put a space. Those who can bring their laptops, they can bring their laptops here. We put a network so that we can register more people. We want to register Edo people. You understand? That we go and vote. You understand? It's not to talk. It's not to say talk about social media campaign. We want to do it real time. We mean business. Go and register. If you cannot register, we will create offices which we will put online very soon, and people will come and register. We will help you to register, so that we want to create one of the biggest movements in Nigeria that will sweep APC and PDP
That
totally
will
to the dustbin of history, and will tell them that enough is enough.
Rastaman, God bless you. I welcome. I greet you in the name of the Most High Jah.
All right, bless you.
Welcome. Welcome to our show today. Yes, we are discussing the state of the nation.
Yeah.
You heard of the massacre yesterday,
The killing,
the killings in the church, in the cathedral.
Yeah.
That is what generated this our discussion. Generated our discussion today. What is your take? What is your take on it? Come on, look outside. Tell them go outside. Outside. Yes. The enough is enough movement. Yeah. So, what do you intend to achieve?
What we want to achieve, we want to bring an organic support for a third force. And the only third force we're seeing now is the Labour Party, who are also giving this a direction to where we are agitating power to be shifted to, which is the southeast. And the person of Peter Obi, which we have strong confidence in. He's younger, he's articulate, he's vibrant, he has been able to turn around so many investment, he has so many investment tied to him, so he's a successful man, both academically, morally, spiritually and otherwise. So we believe that he can also steer the ship of state, not these 78 and 79 years old men that are parading themselves around these two major political parties. So our major reason is to create an organic support. We want to bring people in, people who are voters. If you are not, even if you are not a voter, joining the movement will give you an ample opportunity to also register to be a voter. You understand? And that will be the structure that will deliver this man to be the next president of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Your take on the bombing of yesterday, the bombing in the house of God. Yesterday, Francis Catholic Church. As a Rastaman from a Rastafarian perspective, what is your take?
I feel so depressed, intimidated. I feel so out of the world because the same Bible says the kingdom of God is very violent and men of violence take it by force. So I think this is time we have to equip ourselves to become that men of violence, because this is uncalled for. Killing worshippers. As you, before joining this program, I overheard these religious leaders, how they equip themselves. Yeah. So how they equip themselves with security.
Yes.
Okay. So how I wish that the maximum security they provide for themselves when a man of God, because from the old times we know that men of God don't move with security men.
Yes.
They believe in security from Jah, from God Almighty. But now they secure just themselves. And this call for restructuring of this country. Yes.
Restructuring of this country.
Because we are not safe. Insecurity have gone so rapidly that we don't trust anything anymore in this country. It happens before when the emergency of Boko Haram, and it's still repeating itself. I heard the president condemning it. Are they supposed to be condemning it every time? We are not in that level of condemning. There's no action. Action speaks louder than voice. So this killing is beyond humanitarian grace.
Yes, thank you very much, Rastaman. From Rastafarian perspective, that condemn in no uncertain terms the terrorist attack on the St. Francis Catholic Church or war. Those states close to those states, and stated that the need for government to beef up security is absolutely sacrosanct. I want to also share the same sentiment with him that the government needs to beef up our security. Our security and architecture in our country is very, very epileptic and sick. And the general overseers of churches should also package private security to secure their members. You cannot secure yourself and your members will expose them to danger. When you do that, it will discourage when you secure yourself only, you leave worshippers alone to rely on God for security, it will discourage members from coming to church. They will know that in the churches are no longer secure to worship God. They will rather worship God at home than to worship God in the church. And we must not allow it to degenerate into that level. Yes, we are calling on churches in Edo State to shut down, ask General Obasa to shut down churches for 3 hours on Sunday, the 12th day of June 2022. But that day happens to be Democracy Day, and to be 1 week after the bombing, the killing of innocent worshippers, your massacre, the killing of innocent worshippers in the church, your massacre or your genocide. Yes, to be 1 week of the massacre. We are saying that all the Christians must come out for a peaceful protest to condemn the barbaric acts of the terrorists and also call on General Muhammadu Buhari to fix Nigeria. That if he cannot fix Nigeria, he should honorably resign. True. He should honorably resign.
Very correct.
You cannot go and bomb a mosque in Edo State today and you want the Muslims to keep quiet. Not would have been burning.
Yes.
Not would have been burning. They would have been looting shops of Christians or Satanas in the north.
As of today,
look at it, just when Deborah was killed. Some of the alleged killers were arrested. They started engaging in rioting, burning, destroying shops, churches, and all that. So we believe in the golden rule. You have always deposited on the golden rule. Don't do unto others what you don't want them to do. You understand? Reciprocate. Yes. Please, we must come out. We are very peaceful people. We preach forgiveness, and that forgiveness has turned us. That forgiveness they are preaching has turned us to Idodo. Idodo that can be squeezed.
That's why I said
that can be squeezed.
That's why I always said violence. And the men of violence take by force. So now we want to become violence to correct this situation. We are not violence that
Christians
we want
the capacity
anyone
and the capacity to engage in violence. Yes, but we are peace loving.
After all, in the Bible, we still have records.
Yes.
We are Christians are going out of hand. It will not also be wrong for us to defend ourselves as Christians.
Yes.
And that is the situation of things.
And
that's where they are pushing the Christians to. And we will not be afraid to also engage them in such when such situation arises.
Yes, I think continue. Okay.
I'm calling for equality in religion. We should not have any religion which is superior to other. We have freedom, because if you go to like Asia, they have freedom of religion. You will see Christian, Buddhism, Hinduism, and all. Everybody respect themselves. We are all human beings. We just have belief in religion. We should not use religion to intimidate other religion is superior and another. So that has to be corrected.
Yes, okay. With this, we never end round off this. Never see the never of
Now we don't hear from Joseph and Kola Edokpayi, let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.